Let's set our destination to March 26, 1989, the date that changed sci-fi television forever. Quantum Leap bursts onto our screens, introducing us to the brilliant physicist Dr. Sam Beckett, played by the incomparable Scott Bakula, and his holographic sidekick, Al Calavici, brought to life by the one and only Dean Stockwell. Now, before we even get into the show, let's talk about these two legends. Bakula wasn't just some nobody they plucked out of obscurity. Oh no, he'd already made waves on Broadway, starring in Romance, which earned him a Tony nomination. And Stockwell, this guy had been in the game since he was a kid, starring alongside Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly in Anchors Away back in 1945. That's right, this dude was a child star turned cult icon before he ever picked up Al's colorful holographic handlink. But here's where it gets wild. The creator of Quantum Leap, Donald P. Bellisario, isn't just some run-of-the-mill TV producer. This guy created Magnum P.I., Airwolf, and later went on to give us JAG and NCIS. It's like the man had a direct line to the TV gods or something. Now, let's leap into the show itself. For 5 glorious seasons, we watched Sam Beckett bounce around time, inhabiting different bodies and trying to put right what once went wrong. But here's a mind-blowing connection for you. Guess who almost played Sam Beckett? Tom freakin' Hanks. Can you imagine Forrest Gump himself leaping through time? But Hanks turned it down, and the rest, as they say, is history. Let's talk about the supporting cast for a second. You know who showed up in a couple of episodes. A young Jennifer Aniston, pre-Friends fame. And how about Terry Hatcher before she got desperate on Wisteria Lane? Even Brooke Shields took a quantum leap into the show. It's like this series was a launching pad for future stars. Now, fast forward to September 19, 2022. That's right, we're leaping to the present day. NBC decides it's time to bring Quantum Leap back to our screens. But this ain't your daddy's Quantum Leap. Oh no, we've got a whole new leaper in town, Dr. Ben Song, played by Raymond Lee. But here's where the connections start to get quantum entangled. The new series isn't a reboot, it's a continuation. That's right, it's set 30 years after Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. And guess what? They're still trying to bring him home. Let's talk about Raymond Lee for a second. This guy might seem like a newcomer, but he's been quietly building up an impressive resume. He was in Top Gun, Maverick, people. That's right, he went from flying with Tom Cruise to leaping through time. Talk about a career trajectory. But the connections don't stop there. The new series is helmed by Martin Jarreau, who cut his teeth on Stargate Atlantis. And who starred in Stargate Atlantis? None other than Jason Momoa. That's right, Aquaman himself is just 2 degrees of separation from Quantum Leap. Now, let's talk about the rest of the new cast. We've got Ernie Hudson playing Herbert, Magic, Williams. Ring any bells? It should, because Magic appeared in the original series. In the Season 3 episode, The Leap Home, Part 2, Sam leapt into Magic during the Vietnam War. Now he's running the whole Quantum Leap project. Talk about a promotion. But wait, there's more. The new series also stars Caitlin Bassett as Addison, Ben's holographic guide. Sound familiar? It should, because she's basically the new Al. But here's the kicker, Caitlin Bassett isn't just some actress they picked up. No, she's a former US Army intelligence officer who served 2 tours in Afghanistan. That's right, she went from gathering real-world intelligence to delivering holographic intelligence. Now, that's what I call a quantum leap in careers. And let's not forget about Nanris Ali, who plays Jen Cho, the head of security at Quantum Leap headquarters. She's been in everything from Star Trek, Picard to Bosch. It's like she's been preparing for this role by hopping through different TV universes. But the connections between the old and new series run even deeper. Remember Al's daughter Sammy Jo from the original series? Well, in the new series, she's all grown up and played by Georgina Riley. That's right, they've kept the family connections intact across decades. Let's talk about some of the mind-bending parallels between the two series. In the original, Sam Beckett was leaping into other people's lives to change history for the better. In the new series, Ben Song is doing the same thing, but with a twist. He's also trying to uncover the mystery of why Sam never returned home. It's like the new series is a leap within a leap. And the callbacks to the original series, they're everywhere. From the imaging chamber to the hand link to the catchphrase, oh boy, it's like the new series is playing Quantum Leap bingo with our nostalgia. But here's where it gets really wild. In the original series finale, we were told that Sam Beckett never returned home. But in the new series, we find out that's not entirely true. Sam made one last leap into Al's life to tell him to reconcile with his first wife, Beth. And guess what? It worked. Al and Beth stayed married and had 4 daughters. It's like Sam's final leap set up the entire premise for the new series. And speaking of Al, let's pour one out for the late, great Dean Stockwell. He passed away in 2021, but his presence is felt throughout the new series. There's even a bar named Al's Place as a tribute to him. It's like he's still there, guiding our new leapers from the great beyond. But the connections don't stop at the edge of the Quantum Leap universe. Oh no, they spread out into the wider world of sci-fi TV. You know who was a huge fan of the original Quantum Leap? None other than Brian Fuller, the creator of Star Trek, Discovery. He even wanted to do a Quantum Leap movie at one point. Imagine that, Sam Beckett crossing paths with the USS Enterprise. And let's not forget about the impact Quantum Leap had on other time travel shows. Without Quantum Leap, would we have had shows like Timeless or Travelers? It's like Quantum Leap created a temporal wake that influenced decades of sci-fi television. But here's the real mind bender, the original Quantum Leap predicted the future in ways we're only now starting to appreciate. Remember the episode where Sam leaps into the body of a woman in the future who's about to give birth? That episode aired in 1991, but it was set in 2000. And what did it show? Video calls, voice-activated computers, and even a version of Google Maps. It's like the show was doing some real-life quantum leaping of its own. And the new series, it's carrying on that tradition of speculative fiction. In one episode, Ben leaps into the body of a boxer in 2052. What do we see? Augmented reality everywhere, self-driving cars as the norm, and even a passing reference to the effects of climate change. It's like the show is giving us a glimpse of our own future, wrapped up in a sci-fi adventure. But at its core, both the old and new Quantum Leap series are about more than just cool sci-fi concepts. They're about hope, about the idea that one person can make a difference, that we can put right what once went wrong. Whether it's Sam Beckett in 1989 or Ben Song in 2022, the heart of Quantum Leap remains the same. But now, NBC has left us hanging again, canceling the series at the end of season 2. Are you kidding me? Just when the mystery was getting deeper, just when the stakes were higher than ever, they cut us off, leaving all these loose ends untied. We need to know what happens to Ben Song. Will he finally bring Sam Beckett home? What's the truth behind the Quantum Leap project? What's Addison's fate after all those twists? And where are they going with the massive cliffhanger? Fans like us deserve answers. Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, someone, please save this series. We've already seen how streaming platforms can give new life to shows like Lucifer and The Expanse. This is one of those shows that has more stories to tell. Or Hollywood, hear me out, how about a Quantum Leap movie? Imagine the big screen spectacle of Sam Beckett and Ben Song teaming up, racing against time in one epic leap to save everything. It's got blockbuster written all over it. So there you have it, Quaver TV viewers. From Scott Bakula to Raymond Lee, from 1989 to 2022, we've leapt through time, exploring the legacy of Quantum Leap and its profound impact on sci-fi television. The show's themes of hope, redemption, and making the world a better place have resonated with audiences for decades, and the journey isn't over yet. Whether it's through a revival, a movie, or a streaming service stepping in to continue the story, one thing is clear, the world still needs Quantum Leap. So, to all the fans out there, don't give up hope. Keep the conversation alive, keep leaping, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see Dr. Sam Beckett finally make his way home. After all, as Sam himself would say in that iconic moment before each leap, oh boy. The adventure continues, even if we have to fight to see it. Stay tuned to Quaver TV for more updates, insights, and everything you need to know about your favorite shows. Thanks for leaping with me today.